Yeah.
Okay, so the main reason why I wanted to sit down with you is because anyone who knows you, aside from the fact that they know your network, I mean, everyone knows CJ Arnell is the guy who brought Kanye to the gateway,
Sure.
you know, and that's great and all, but for everyone who follows you on Instagram, you're providing a lot of value. You provided value to me, even that last IGTV that we were just talking about, the one where like you weren't just singing or saying good morning, but you were just giving people something to help start their day. And I think that that's very powerful. And I want to talk about just how being an authentic person like that and providing value in that way has helped you in branding and helped you in networking. But before we get there, let's start off with how CJ got started. Where are you from? Why don't you tell the people like how CJ Arnell in Utah came to be?
Oh man. So, I mean, I started at a very young age, you know, just doing music, you know, just my mom started us off, me and all my brothers. And you guys might know Tim. He played for the University of Utah basketball for Rick Majerus. And my brother Chris owns a business here with my father, and he also plays guitar and sings like amazing. And then our youngest brother Ernie Terrence Drisden, and started us all off in the crib, man, just playing music, you know, to wake us up. And that's kind of how the Drisden legacy started, you know, with the music. We end up, you know, me and my brother Tim played drums in church, you know, stuff like that. And then we kind of, he started playing the organ, you know, at 13, and that's when he started being my boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my brother Tim started being my boss when he was 11. I was 13, and he was playing keys at 11 for the church.
Okay.
And in LA, and it was amazing, man. We had a good time, and he's still my boss at the Point Church. And so, but you know, moving here at 23, came here, and cut that out. I would hate to have to take a call in this interview right now. But yeah, so at 23, I moved to Utah after studying vocal performance at Cal State Long Beach. And that was my major. They paid me to go to college. It was freaking amazing. A family called the Jenkins family would give us, it was 3 black students that got the scholarship. And I was one of the 3 who were blessed to get that.
Oh, wow.
But we got $5,000 every semester on top of our full ride scholarship, you know. And I got to study with a lady named Marvalee Caryaga, who is a world famous opera coach and singer, and she is off the chains. So even still in her old age, she's really, really, really solid. But anyways, so we moved here, 23 years old. I got here, it was just my brother. And so, you know, when you move to a place and everything is already kind of set up, you know, you feel like you're alone, you know? And so I had to figure my way, and wasn't doing any music. I was working a bunch of jobs, got fired 14 times here in Utah.
Okay.
And I celebrate that now. It wasn't so much fun back then when I was getting fired, but I celebrate that now because it was like God showing me, you know, through all these jobs. And I encourage anybody who's watching, you know, that, you know, if you're the entrepreneur type, right, and you're not getting along in the work world, you know, and they look and they see you as, people have been calling me a boss for years and years and years while I was working at these places, right? They were like, are you my boss or am I your boss, you know, and stuff like that. And so because I had a boss-like mentality, people felt semi-threatened for their jobs or for their, you know, things like that. And so they would cause all kinds of disturbances and things to make that hard for me. Nonetheless, it was a blessing in disguise because I got to learn about so many different businesses and so many different models of how to do business, right? And it's made me the person that I am today. About 8 years ago, I came home and I told my wife that I wasn't going to accept any more shows unless it was music or more work. Period. Like no more working for people unless it was music. And and that's been the case for the last 8 years, and I'm grateful, you know.
What was the trajectory to get you into that mind state where you were just like, I've had it, I need to work on what I want to work on?
What happened was, and it wasn't that, you know, a lot of people have those kind of testimonies, you know, where it's like, you know what, that's it, you know. That wasn't the case for me. I was forced out of a job. I won't say the place, but I was forced out of a job, and that person who fired me told me that I need to be doing music full time. And I was just like, if that's not the voice of God, I don't know what is. You know what I mean? If that's not, you know, the universe saying to me, like, now is the time. Even though, you know, and that's why I say I even have it written on my board for the 56 people that work in my organization. I have it written on my board, and there it says, you got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it, you know? And so even though I didn't see it in that moment, you know, I could see how it could happen, and that was enough for me, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because now it's now manifesting itself in today, you know? And so that's kind of how I started my career. It wasn't, oh, you know, I'm done, you know, with the man, you know, or whatever. No, I honestly was forced out. You know, and I tell that story, it's a vulnerable kind of story for me because nobody loves getting fired. Who loves that, you know? And all that. And I'm not the kind of guy that's like, as soon as I get fired, I'm gonna run to unemployment. I'm not that guy. I'm a real man. You know? I go get the next job. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And no shade to the people who go and do that. But you know, I've only just recently found out about unemployment, you know what I'm saying, because of all this COVID stuff and like what you can do with unemployment and all that kind of stuff, whatever. Because I never looked that direction, you know. I've always been a hard worker. My dad, you know, even putting up this TV, I was thinking to myself like, work smart, not hard. You know? Because my dad would like say that stuff to me when I was younger, like, work smart, not hard, son. You know? And so figuring out the smart way to do the music business and do it clever enough to be successful here in Utah. I believe that I've given my best efforts, and I still will continue to give my best efforts in showing people how to do the music game at a high level, and strengthen not only their musical talents, because I develop people and stuff like that, you know, but not only strengthening the technical talent that they have, the gift, right? Because I believe your gift will make room for you. Right? Like you're here today because of your gift.
True. You know? True. To a certain extent, though.
Because RJ is the bomb.
Well, thank you.
Y'all heard it today.
Endorsed by Late Night Studios.
You know? No, you are, man. And truly, truly a gift, bro. And but that's not the part that matters. It's the personality. It's the loyalty. It's the stick-to-itness. It's the, you know, the drive when nobody's looking, you know?
Behind closed doors.
Come on, bro.